prisoners from jail in Uganda. For the last 5 years, the brutal dictator of Uganda, he has been arresting Ugandans on daily basis because they oppose him. And in the long run now, we have our people in prison for the last 5 years for merely wearing a red beret I'm wearing. Someone is in prison in Uganda for wearing a red beret I'm putting on today. Women and men in Uganda have spent 4 or 5 years for wearing the red beret. I repeat that. Wearing a red beret in Uganda means change, but to the brutal dictator means death. So the punishment in Uganda for wearing a red beret I'm wearing is to stay behind the bars for 5 years at last without being gone, without being taken to a court of law. Museveni is the dictator of Uganda. Museveni is the Chief Justice in Uganda. Museveni is the magistrate in Uganda. Uganda is a failed state under this junta of Uganda Museveni. It's only in Uganda where the president, the dictator, the wife is the Minister of Education, the son is the army commander, the brother is the Minister of Finance. This happens only in Uganda. All the money you send, all the money sent to Uganda is recycled back to the UK, and the brutal dictator in the UK, he has got over 16 billion pounds in his account. He owns the most expensive house in Holland Park, the brutal dictator of Uganda. He owns the Sun. They own the most expensive houses in the UK. This is your tax money which is being sent to Uganda, and in return, what do you get? You live on a council flat in the UK, while the brutal dictator Museveni lives in the most expensive house in Holland Park. People power. You need to ask yourself why the UK keeps sending £1 billion to Uganda every year. We are asking questions, but with no answers from the UK government. How can you send £1 billion to Uganda with no accountability? You're sending our tax money to Uganda. That money should stay in the UK and help to build more houses, to pay a good wage to our policemen who are in the streets. We've got homeless people in our streets who need accommodation. But that money is being sent to Uganda, where the money is being wasted, where the money is being used to build death torture chambers, where Ugandans are being murdered, where women are being raped, where men are being sodomized. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. We are standing in front of the Ugandan High Commission. I'll call it. This is a crime scene. This is the representative of murder in Uganda, of rape in Uganda, kidnapping in Uganda, all being orchestrated from this building behind us. People power. Our power. We have not got to work today. We have to call time off from work. We live in this country. We live in this peaceful country. But our ancestors, our brothers and sisters in Uganda are being murdered, are being raped, are being kidnapped on daily basis by the junta Museveni of Uganda. As we stand here, we might be 10 of us, but we are representing 47 suffering million Ugandans who can't stand on the street in Uganda and condemn the brutal dictators' brutalities in Uganda. We are condemning the brutal dictator of Uganda, that all political prisoners should be freed with no condition. Women in prisons in Uganda must be freed. Men with no crimes committed, just for wearing a red beret I'm wearing, they should be freed. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. We are Ugandans living under the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda for the last 40 years. For the last 40 years, Ugandans cannot speak a word of change in Uganda. 40 years, most of you, you are not yet born. But this is the chance for you to see that Uganda, we are living, we are dying, we are suffering under this brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. 40 years doesn't represent democracy. 40 years doesn't represent human rights in Uganda. 40 years represent brutality, murder, rape, kidnapping in Uganda. Uganda receives £1 billion from the UK government. But in Uganda, we don't have no working schools. We don't have no working hospitals in Uganda. We don't have no roads in Uganda. But for the last 40 years, the UK has sent 40 billion pounds. America has sent 40 billion US dollars. For the last 40 years, Uganda have received more than 120 billion from Europe, America, and the UK. But we don't have no roads in Uganda. Ugandans cannot afford a £1 paracetamol. £1. A Ugandan who is lucky to get a job is paid 50p a day. That is a lucky Ugandan. How can you live on 50p? That is the life in Uganda under this brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. He is the richest dictator in Africa. He is the richest brutal dictator in Africa at a cost of £16 billion. But every year, the UK government sends £1 billion to Uganda. That money is invested in our rape. That money is invested in our torture. That money is invested in building death torture chambers where women are being raped, where men are being sodomized, where Ugandans are being tortured to death. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. We are calling on the UK government to stop the financing of the £1 billion every year to Uganda. That money is not being invested in what is supposed to be going for in Uganda. Is helping the long stay of the brutal dictator to stay in power. The brutal dictator has a motorcade of 150 military cars. That one is at a cost of £2.5 million every day. The UK Prime Minister, he has got 3 cars. But the brutal dictator of Uganda, Museveni, he moves with 150 armored cars. The cheapest armored cars in his convoy is £150,000 for one car, times 150 cars he moves around with. Count and just make a quick calculation. This is all your money and my money. It's the taxpayers' money funding this brutal dictator. You are funding this brutal dictator indirectly. Through the Prime Minister and his government, they are supporting the brutal dictator of Uganda, Museveni, to stay in power for more than enough. 40 years, he has been in power for over 40 years. Most of you, you are not born. We are talking about the brutal dictator of Uganda, the junta of Uganda, Museveni. We are talking about a country, Uganda, where we've never had democracy, where human rights is not being respected, where women are scared to move, to walk down the road for the fear of being raped by the militias in Uganda. These military personnel are being trained at Sandhurst. Sandhurst is training militias from Uganda. And when these militias go back to Uganda, the problem. Damia Christophe is a Sandhurst trained military, but he's a monster in Uganda today. Muhoozi, the so-called army commander, and the son to the brutal dictator, they were all trained in the UK. They are the same people now torturing Ugandans. We don't want to believe that in Sandhurst they are being trained how to torture people. No. But they've been passed on with the techniques of torturing, including waterboarding. These brutal dictator militias, they're a problem to Ugandans. And this is your money and my money, which is financing the brutal dictator's regime in Uganda. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. Thank you. Ani akakwatako. Okyali ku simu.
Music.
Music?
Okay.
That is what is the district.
District Yawakiso.
And the introduction letter dated from the area LOC was filed on 20 August 2025.
Ebbaluwa y'ekyalo yagireeta mu kkooti nga yakolebwa ssentebe w'ekyalo eyo gy'ava nga 14 omwezi ogw'omwezi.
Introducing A2 to this court as a resident of the area.
Era ng'eraga nti ddala kituufu eyo gy'ava.
A2 did not present to this court any identification, national ID.
Enteekamu okusaba obwokubiri teyaleeta
National
teyaleeta origino ya ndagamuntu ye
as required by guidelines 12A.
nga bwe kyetaagisa mu kawaayiro namba 12 akatundu aka
and it goes that this provision is mandatory.
era nga ekyo bw'osoma akawaayiro kalaga nti oba olina okuleeta origino ya ndagamuntu yo.
The primary reason why accused persons demanded to custody, they appear before court to take their trial and did not have response from the trial.
Achina wepapulanga bebiri.
Ensonga lwaki munda mukomera nti kubeera nga ensonga endala gye mwateekamu mu kusaba kwammwe gye mwesigamako nti temujja kusobola kubeera nga mugaana oku.
The primary reason why accused persons are demanded to custody is to ensure that they will appear before court to take their trial and did not have response from trial. That is the primary reason why they are
ensonga lwaki muli kwalimaanda nti mubeera musobola okubeera nga mujja mu kkooti okuwoza bwe waba ng'okuwoza kuzze.
and the case is cited, that is Tanzanian decision, Jaffa versus Ala, 1972.
Nagaako omusango gweyesigamako gw'ensonga.
XCT at page 92 is a Tanzanian case. This consideration is the most important in application of legislation.
Era nga kkooti eba etunuulira ensonga ng'enkulu mu kusaba kw'ekikula kino.
A fixed place of abode is one where, in my opinion, the person actually lives that permanently and
Vincent Katongo tumeddeko nnyo.
visa or temporary lodging.
Era ng'ekifo omuntu ky'aba ayogedde nti gy'ava kiba kirina okuba nga ddala gy'abeerera ddala ng'ow'enkalakkalira si kubeerayo nga
Obviously, without a proper date of introduction, from the area authorities in proof of the fact that someone was permanently resident in an area.
Era waba nga tewaliwo bbaluwa y'ekyalo ekakasa nti ddala kituufu omuntu mutuuzewo ku kyalo ekiba kyogeddwako.
It makes the place of abode suspect in nature.
Kireetera okubeera nga ekifo ky'oba oyogedde nti gy'obeera kireetera okubeera nga baba bakibuusabuusa.
From the evidence provided to this court by all the applicants above, my finding that they have proved to this court that they have a basis of abode.
Sinziira ku bujulizi bwonna obwaleeteddwa kiraga nti ddala kituufu mwenna mulina gye mubeera era muli batuuze ku ebyo ebyalo bye mwayogerako.
Now the nature and gravity of the offense.
Emisango gye babavunaana.
Reference is now made to guidelines 13, clause 1A and D.
Kkooti etunuulidde akawaayiro namba 13.
That requires that this court, while considering such applications, shall examine the gravity and the nature of the offences.
Kkooti eba etunuulira ekikula ky'emisango n'obunene oba obubundivu bw'emisango bwe batennaba kugenda maaso na kuwa nsala yammwe.
From the charge sheet, I was able to find on the record of the court all the applicants herein were jointly indicted.
Era okusinziira ku likodi ya kkooti kiraga nti muvunaanibwa emisango 6
aggravated robbery,
omuli ogw'obwakkondo,
simple robbery,
ogw'obubbi,
assault occasioning actual bodily harm,
okulwana ne mutuusaako obuvune ku muntu.
save for the counts on simple robbery and assault occasioning actual bodily harm,
ng'oggyeko obw'okukuba omuntu oba okumutuusaako obuvune
which do not carry a capital penalty once any of them is found guilty.
Era egyo gy'ebiri giba tegireetera kubeera nga
Does not carry
kibonerezo kikakali nnyo bwe baba nga tugenze omusango guba gukisinze ku egy'ebiri.
The count of aggravated robbery carries capital maximum penalty of death once
Omusango gw'obwakkondo bwe gukuka mubi oba bwe gukusinga ekibonerezo ekiba kisingayo kiba kyakufa.
Guideline 14 of the Constitution guidelines was referred to.
Kkooti era ne yeesigama ne kawaayiro namba 14 yofuga okusaba kuno.
Provides that this court may only grant bail where the applicant is accused of capital offence in exceptional circumstances.
Kagamba nti kkooti okukkiriza okusaba kw'okweyimirira muba mulina okuleeta ensonga enkakali oba ez'okukunaala.
That exceptional circumstances are provided for under guideline 14, those two, big great illness,
Era nga mwe muli ensonga oba y'obulwadde obw'amaanyi,
a certificate of no objection signed by the Director of Public Prosecution.
tulina okubeerako ne satifikeeti era oba ekakasa okuva ewa ssaabawabi wa gavumenti
And the infancy or at advanced age of
oba
the
okubeera nti omwana muto oyo gwe baba bavunaanye oba omuntu okubeera nga gwe bavunaana nga mukulu nnyo ddala nga mukadde.
These circumstances are reproduced in section 16 of the trial.
Era n'akawaayiro namba 16 kwogera ku nsonga y'emu eyo.
The applicant in such circumstances has the burden to satisfy the court by putting forth a set of facts beyond the ordinary consideration for bail upon which the court can act to admit them to bail.
Kkooti nga tennagenda maaso na kuwa nsala eba erina otunuulira ensonga ez'enjawulo ez'omuggundu okuba nti esalawo nga bw'eba esazeewo ku misango ekikula bwe kiti.
Authorities are referred to the Bongomin Richard.
Omusango
This is my home, and I'm home to stay. Freedom! coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, to take all your freedom.
Have no rights about that song. I don't have a copyright. Have no copyright. No complaining.
Okay, we ready? 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 No?
Come and join, don't just take pictures. Kubanga oli wakaba n'otukuba kifaananyi wano.
Abadde amanyi eka yakuba nange mukubye. Nange mukubye.
Mupanga bakabano ebifaananyi ebyaffe tebigendayo.
Naye nange era mbakutte.
Era obudde bwe bubanga bukedde ojja kubabuuza gye mwazaalibwa. Mwe bannayuganda oba si bannayuganda? Baagala passport mpya. Ojja kubasalako ebisembe obudde buyise.
Somebody
Museveni is a refugee.
Yes.
But now he has turned our country into monarchy by the helping of European Union, people of UK. Uganda was colonized by UK, and the UK does a huge support they think is reaching on our people, and yet the government or dictator Museveni is using it to torture us, to rape us, to sodomize us by training a military of torturing Ugandans in bloody light. Our sisters are dying, our brothers are dying through torturing. So we are here calling upon all UK residents to come and join us in this. We are a generation who want to be in a good governance.
Yes.
We are a generation who want to be with good hospitals.
Yes.
We are a generation who want to be in a governance where you can talk and you don't have any fear of being raped and raped.
Yes.
Our land have been taken away.
Yes.
Because most of the land in Africa, especially Uganda, we have gold.
Yes.
So many rich people are dealing with the dictator to take our minerals on cheap price.
Yes.
In exchange of silent I'm here today condemning judges in Uganda and the judges all over the world, because this generation of 2025 a generation of internet, a generation of internet that everything has been captured. People have phones, they have captured everything and have been shown in the world. But so many people, you are just looking on it and leave it, saying that it's not in your country, saying it's not on your family. You are ignoring it. But for us who know that the more you ignore something, the bad would be in the future. So many people, so many refugees are coming from African country, coming in this country. It's not because we would want to be in this country. It's because we are not safe in our country. If you stop oil through our minerals, through our gold, we will fight that man out of the power. If you stop collaborating with him. Rich people, you are there taking our things in a cheap way of exchange in our torture.
Yes.
Our brothers have been sodomized, our sisters have been raped in any manners.
But why?
But why? Because we know you are collaborating with the dictator of getting our things in a cheap way.
Yes.
By exchanging with guns. Because for us Ugandans, we don't do guns.
No.
For us Ugandans, we don't do poisons.
No.
But why Uganda having so much poison? Why Uganda has so much guns?
Why?
Why Uganda has so much trucks of tear gases?
Why?
Why? Because you want us to be down. You want us to continue begging you. But enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
We are here standing on our two legs.
Yes.
And we're using our voices.
Yes.
That enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
You know, the Muganda said that wonyigize nyindo jirete omusai. I don't know that in English. That if you place a nose hard, when you squeeze a nose hard, it brings blood.
Yes.
So if you don't come together to fight this, the blood will come in your houses.
Yes, we are bringing blood into your houses.
So Ugandans in the UK, whether you are any culture,
yeah.
So many Ugandans in the UK,
yes,
who are Uganda, but in another countries, which I would not say now, but you know yourself. You are here ignoring our liberation in sense that you think you're okay, but you are not.
Okay.
Because the more you ignore it,
yeah,
the danger you are in the future.
Yes.
For us, we want a free country. For us, we want a free country.
Yes.
For us, we want a country of equal opportunities, equal rights. We don't need much. We just need our rights.
Our freedom.
We just need our freedom.
Yes.
We can work on our country.
Yes.
We have our freedom.
Yes.
We can liberate our country if we have our opportunity.
Yes.
But Museveni and his family and his workers are stopping us doing that. By whenever we talk the truth, that there is no hospitals in Uganda, that there is no education in Uganda, they kidnap us, they torture us in the chambers, where with the so-called military police, military army, which most of the army have been trained in this country. So we are here today to say enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
We are here today to say stop killing our people.
Stop killing our people.
We are here today saying, Museveni, you have to step down. You have been in the power enough.
Museveni must go.
Museveni, Uganda is not your family. Uganda is not your house. It's a big country. Well, just move on. You have destroyed the younger generation future. Museveni, you are so old to understand what we want.
Yes.
Museveni, you are so old to understand on what we want as a youth.
Yes.
Muhoz, you are so old to understand on what we need.
Yes.
You are so old to understand it. We have a generation who needs to go ahead. We have a generation who needs freedom.
That's sweet.
Uganda doesn't have freedom.
No.
Uganda is a country now where you can't even walk freely.
No.
Even if you are a worker, you go working not knowing whether you will survive there, not knowing whether you come back, not knowing whether you come back. Each and every day, abduction has been going on. Each and every day, abduction has been going on. Each has been going every day. Each we see every day. We see torture chambers. People are torture chambers. People are dying for nothing. Hospitals don't have medicine. Hospitals don't have medicine. Are really now schools in a bad way now. Our children are not educated. Our children are not educated now. Financially, our people are so poor. Our people are so because you have to be poor. It's not because you have to be corruption. It's because corruption in Uganda is too much. Corruption in Uganda is too much. They are collapsing. They are collapsing every on each and every thing. We have been collapsed. We are on the we have been collapsed on every from getting out of your house, from getting out of on the journey, going to your work, on the journey, in the school time, in the hospital time, in the hospital time. So the government of UK. The government of UK, you are assuming that you are supporting us. You are assuming that you are supporting us. But your support is not reaching the people you are supporting. It's not reaching the people you are supporting. Is used, has been used to torture them. So if you don't look in this, at least you better stop. At least you better stop supporting it. You better stop supporting. But there is no use of giving us support. And yet your support is the one being used to torment us, to kill us, to kill us in every way. In every way. Oluzungu ndumazi. Oluzungu ndumazi. Bannayuganda. Bannayuganda abawulira Oluganda. Ekiseera kyekino. Ekiseera kyekino. Abasuubuzi nabalabye mukaayana. Bwe muteegatte mukyakaayana. Bannayuganda naddala eno message ngitwala ababeeyita ab'ekibiina ekya yero. Mwetta mwekka nga mulaba. Mwetta mwekka nga mulaba. Kubanga bw'oba oyagala ekibiina kyo era ng'oyagala kibeerewo, sooka olabe ensobi kikola ozitereeze. So towagira buwagizi ne mukamukomyawo Rebecca Kadaga gwe mulaba afa.
Maybe it's okay to get anyone na mawulire. Atubadde tukanya mu bye tugenda obagamba.
Temuyina bantu musobola kuzza awo ne mbawumuza.
Kanso atwagala tubabulire.
Oba ebiteeka byebitubonyabonya biri mu bbo. Ekituufu kiri nti abavubuka Bannayuganda abali e Uganda abali ku ludda olunyigiriza naye nga muli bavubuka muli myaka 23 n'okudda wansi.
Twasemba okujja wano.
Ekituufu kiri nti mulooza nti mulya ne babalya.
Tumaze kati emyezi 7.
Ekituufu kiri nti mulowooza nti mulya nebe babalya. Babalya bongo, babalya physical, balya future yammwe. Ekituufu kyogerweko. Omuvubuka w'ennango oli mu myaka 3 okudda wansi ng'oli ku sayidi ey'amusatu emabega. Ekituufu kiri nti
bagamba kooti titwetegese. Mujjukire bagamba kooti twetegese okuwozesebwa bunnambiro.
Bene abawagizi
bwe muba kooti temwagala kutaka kooti myezi 3
mwenna
egiyise emabega
buno obudde si bwa opposition buno obudde bwa opposition
naye olwaleero emyezi 3 giyiseewo
mu kukola ebibiina
kooti negamba
ebyawula nga mulaga nti biina sente ozigenda okumanaginga abantu abo ate nammwe abali mu bibiina ebyo nga muwagira abantu abo naye nga mumanyizi nsobi akalwaluna gwale temutukaabirira naddala fe abali eno temutukaabirira njaga kugambira bategere aba bonna bonna abali mu kuwega timulya ssente akalulu oluggwa temutukaabirira temutukaabirira
ebiri mu mateeka okweyimira babikoze eki
ate era nteekerako buno eri baliida baffe abalungi abaagala ebifo baliida baffe abalungi abaagala ebifo essaawa zino sizez'ebifo essaawa zino zakuŋŋaanya bannayuganda tulwanire entebe eyawaggulu essaawa zino sizez'ebifo era singa zibadde za bifo singa kyendaba mu kibuga essaawa zino okuli abadde sipiika waffe oba akyali sipiika waffe owa Kampala noza olaba lwaki tewetaaga kubanga sipiika wetaaga kuba fuutu soja because bakukozesa ensobi nga naawe ogiraba era gy'oli naawe ogiraba ekuttidde life era ekyakuttira bonna batovuddeyo nawe neweetereeza ekyo nawe ekigambye
eragidde registra waayo
people power
nti nga nnaku z'okukola bunnambiro
okay everybody here
abasibe ku lukala lw'egyo emisango
we are still calling upon all people to join us
era kooti eno tukikakasa bunnambiro
and come and fight with us in all in this the truth is we are here but we are so having a heavy heart of what's going on in our country. It's not really good in our country. It's so rough. You see this lady? You see this lady was captured because she was putting on the songs of one he loves, and he was sent in a tortured chamber, brutality, beaten and raped, and he got HIV. 5 years. He just died last week through torture. You're not getting tortured and you find yourself you got HIV through torture and rape. You die miserable. But this lady stood up and told the people who raped him, who raped her. But the government didn't do anything until he died, until she died.
Shame on them.
We need justice in our country, really.
We do.
And we will not get justice in our country if European countries are still supporting dictators. We will not. Until European countries stand down and stand with the people, not with the dictator. This will stop. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
People power. Our power. People power. That's Baulia Timwali. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
And you pay.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
And you pay.
We are Ugandans who are demonstrating, standing behind or in front of the Uganda High Commission, which we'll call a crime scene. The building in front of us or behind us represents murder, rape, torture, brutalities, dictatorship, corruption, you name it. The brutal dictator of Uganda. He has been in power for the last 40 years. The post you see me in my hands, this man was trained in the UK. This man is a military who was trained in Sandhurst, one of the best military academy in the world. But this man now is a monster in Uganda by the name of Damira Christophe, a cadet from Sandhurst, UK, now a brutal murderer, a brutal rapist in Uganda. This man's poster represents why we are standing here, that the military from Uganda, if you children, you don't know Uganda, it's a small country, a beautiful country in Africa, being ruled by a brutal dictator for the last 40 years. Children like you don't go to school. You are lucky that you go to school, unlike Ugandans who don't have that privilege. Uganda, as a country, under this brutal dictator, is no future. Museveni cannot lead us anywhere apart from leading us to the graveyard. Museveni is a brutal dictator who has been in power for 40 years with no change. The lives of Ugandans have turned miserable under this brutal dictator. Women in Uganda are not safe under this brutal dictator. Men are not safe under this brutal dictator. Museveni, the youth of Uganda. The posters we are holding in our hands, this is the real life in Uganda. This is not science fiction.
No.
The problem for Uganda is leadership.
Yes.
The problem for Uganda is leadership.
Yes.
And under Museveni, Museveni is leading Ugandans to the graveyard. Museveni is not the future of Uganda.
No.
We are calling on the UK government to stop the training of the military personnel or the militias from Uganda. The poster you see in my hands, this is the command of the torture chambers in Uganda. This man has got blood on his hand. This man is a Sandhurst trained cadet. And when he went back to Uganda, he's now a monster. Christopher Damulira is one of the well-known torturers in Uganda. He's one of the well-known murderers in Uganda. UK trained in Sandhurst, down in Surrey. This is where this man was trained. And this is the worst monster you can ever talk about. Ugandans, when they hear the name Christopher Damulira, they run for their life. This is the man, his poster. His uniform is paid by the UK taxpayers. His boots are being paid by the UK taxpayers. His wages are being paid by the UK taxpayers. Museveni himself, he owns the most expensive house in Holland Park. While the people, the UK taxpayers, most of them, they live on council flats. But their money, their tax money is being sent to Uganda to support a brutal dictator of Uganda, Museveni. The posters we are holding in our hands, I repeat, this is not science fiction. This is real people being murdered, being tortured by the brutal dictator Museveni. 40 years in power. 40 years is more than enough. In the UK we changed 13 prime ministers. This man took power the time of Margaret Thatcher. Some of you were not yet born, and he's still in power. He's still in power. You can imagine your money being sent to Uganda in the name of aid is aiding the brutal dictator to stay in power for more than enough. 40 years doesn't represent human rights. 40 years doesn't represent democracy. This is 40 years of brutality. 40 years of dictatorship. 40 years of corruption. It's only in Uganda where the UK government sends 1 billion every year. For the last 40 years, that would be 40 billion. The UK sent the same amount of money to Uganda. We'll be talking about 120 billion. But in Uganda, we don't have no working schools.
No.
In Uganda, we don't have no hospitals.
Nothing.
The brutal dictator's family, they are treated at St. Thomas Hospital every 6 months.
Imagine.
They come for their MOT after every 6 months, and they are treated in St. Thomas Hospital.
Yes.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Your tax money goes to Uganda
Yeah.
to enrich the brutal dictator of Uganda.
Yeah.
The money being sent to Uganda in the name of aid is going to aid the brutal dictator to brutalize and murder, rape Ugandans on a daily basis.
Yes.
Your money being sent to Uganda goes to Uganda in the good name, but when it gets in the hands of the brutal dictator, that money is recycled back to the UK, and the brutal dictator owns mansions, expensive houses, Holland Park, Chelsea, Kensington, while you who is paying for this money, you're still living on a council flat in Brixton or Hackney.
Imagine.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
Museveni has got no life left in him.
Nothing.
He's 89 years old.
Yes.
The only way Museveni is leading Ugandans is leading Ugandans to the graveyard.
Yes.
89-year-old cannot be leading youngsters, the young generation, apart leading us to the graveyard. But we, as the young generation, we are not going to follow him to the graveyard.
No.
Let Museveni alone and his family go to the graveyard.
Go.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
We are here talking about the longest brutal dictator in Africa, and is Museveni of Uganda.
Yes.
The brutal dictator in Africa, Museveni of Uganda.
Yes.
The junta of Uganda has been in power for over 40 years now. It's only in Uganda where you don't have no hospitals, but the brutal dictator, he has got a convoy of armored cars, 150. His convoy of armored cars totals to 150. Each day, the brutal dictator spends 2.5 billion pounds on his motorcade. Times 10, that will be 25 millions. Times 100, that will be 250 millions. In 4 months, that's what the brutal dictator spends on his motorcade alone. While the Ugandans cannot afford even a £1 paracetamol, Ugandans cannot afford to go to school or to send their kids to school. The brutal dictator's children, they are educated in Oxford, not because they are clever, but because they have bought royalty with the UK government. We are calling on the UK government to stop the training of the militias from Uganda.
Stop.
We are calling on the brutal dictator to produce the 18 missing Ugandans, including John Bosco Chibalama and Damulira Christopher. These people were kidnapped in 2021, and for the last 5-6 years coming, they've been missing. We are calling on the brutal dictator to set free Statutory Koyasin Machete.
Free statutory
Kavuma Musa should be released.
Yes.
Abdallah Gibsawa.
Yes.
Kalenzi Sharif.
Yes.
Muwonge Joseph. Jimmy Gari Kurday.
Yes.
Kato Emma Uma. Mwasa Patrick. Abdallah Chintu Faizo. Sebufu Edward Aka Edmutwe. Agaba Anthony Aka Bobby Wine. Achilewe Chivumbi. Wakabi Grace Aka Bobby Smartwa Bobby. Mugumi Gaddafi. Muyondi Amido. Mujib Isa. Sekandi Amidu, Katumba Abdul, Katumba Abdullah, Malay Salaman, Sebagara Rashidi, Kairugara Wilba, Angulibo Suraji, Sekambo Salim, now and all those missing 18 ones, we want them back, including John Bosco Chibalama and Damulira. We want them alive. These have been missing for the last 5 years. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. We are Ugandans demanding for the freedom of Ugandans who have been illegally detained by the military junta, Museveni of Uganda. We are here calling on the UK government to stop the training of the militias from Uganda. We are calling on more people. Simpi Jayuda. Kabemba Mukono, still missing. Damulira John, he went missing the 21st of December 2020. Up to now, he's still missing. Kanate Mohammed, he went missing on the 21st of December 2020 from Mukono. He's still missing. Mbabazi Moses, he disappeared. They kidnapped him in 2020 and he's still unknown where has been detained or where he was dumped, if he was murdered, as always, by the brutal dictator, the junta of Uganda. Chibalama John Bosco, he was a 38-year-old father of 4. He's still missing since 2020. Cesar Isma, he was kidnapped on the 19th of November 2020 from Makinde suburb of Kampala. Is still missing. Ruwemba Mustafa is still missing. Mobiru Hassan is still missing. Lukwago Mati is still missing. Zamula Dennis is still missing. Semdu Michael, they are all missing and we want their return. The brutal junta must bring Honorable Achilebo Sorujo was abducted recently and we don't know where he's at. We don't know where he is at the moment. Bagumi Joseph, we want him back. George Kasumba, they are all still missing since 2020. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. NUP. Everywhere. We didn't go to work today. No. Because we have to be here today. To represent the 47 million suffering Ugandans who have been abducted, murdered, tortured by the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. Museveni has got no future for Ugandans. Nothing. Uganda cannot be under this brutal old dictator, 89-year-old. No. Otherwise, he's leading us to the graveyard, but we will not be following the old man to the graveyard. Way. We are going to remove him from power. People power. Yesterday. The country, Uganda, is the most corrupt country on earth. Uganda is well known to be the country, the most corrupt country on earth. Imagine. The money, my money, the taxpayers' money, being sent to Uganda is not going to the good causes. It's enriching the richest brutal dictator in Africa. Museveni, the brutal dictator of Uganda, is 16 billion rich. Imagine. 16 billion pound rich. One person. The richest brutal dictator in Africa is Museveni of Uganda. 40 years in power, 40 years of brutality, 40 years of dictatorship in Uganda. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Museveni must go. Museveni must go. Muhoozi must go. Muhoozi must go. Museveni must go. Museveni must go. Muhoozi must go. Muhoozi must go. We are calling on the Madivan family, the so-called High Commissioner to the UK from Uganda. The land of Uganda is for Ugandans. The land of Uganda Kakira, from Kakira to Mukono, that land belonged to the indigenous Ugandans.
Yes.
You never came from India with that land.
Yes.
You came to Uganda as a refugee.
Yes.
Now you finish forgetting that you're a refugee in Uganda.
Yes.
You are turning Ugandans to be refugees in their own country.
Yes.
The Madivan family should leave Uganda for Ugandans.
Yes.
Madivan family, we are not interested in your sugarcane plantation.
No.
We've got enough sugarcane in Uganda.
Yes.
We are calling on the Madivan family to stop their notorious business in Uganda.
Stop immediately.
We are calling on the Madivan family to leave Ugandans for Ugandans.
Yes.
We know you came to Uganda as a refugees. Now you have taken over our country with the help of the brutal dictator Museveni.
Yes.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
I cannot go to India and own 50 miles of land.
No way.
But the brutal Madivan family, the ambassador here,
Yes.
they own half of Uganda. We want them out of Uganda. The ambassador here is involved in the trafficking of illegal immigrants to the UK.
Yes.
That is the ambassador from Uganda.
Yes.
He is involved in the trafficking of illegal immigrants to the UK.
Yes.
We want her back to Uganda.
Yes.
We want real people for real government.
Yes.
Ugandans are tired of being represented by a corrupt ambassador
Yes.
who is smuggling
Tired.
illegal immigrants to the UK.
We are tired.
This is an issue we have. Yes. They are
Yes.
land grabbing our ancestors' land
Yes.
in the name of sugarcane plantation. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Zainiga.
The Madivan family should leave Uganda to Ugandans. We are here to tell you, the Madivan family, that Uganda is for Ugandans.
Yes.
And Uganda will remain for Ugandans.
Yes.
The Madivanis, you have to leave Uganda and go back to where you come
Leave
from.
immediately.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Yes, the Madivan family in Uganda,
Yeah.
they've completely seized
Yeah.
65% of the indigenous land in Uganda.
Imagine.
And for that reason,
Yeah.
Ugandans are now dying of hunger.
Yeah.
You cannot replace crops for sugarcane plantation.
Cannot.
We all live in the UK.
Yes.
We know too much sugar is not good for your body.
Yes.
Though the body sometimes, it involves sugar in your body. But
Chukube.
Ugandans
Yes.
don't want millions of tons of sugar.
No.
It's causing health issues to Ugandans.
Yes.
When you talk about diabetes, Ugandans are now dying. This is now second HIV.
Because of
Because
Madivan
of the
family.
Madivan family.
Yes.
They didn't come to help Ugandans. They
No.
have come to kill Ugandans.
Yes.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
They are involved in the training of the militias.
Yes.
Who are raping Ugandans.
Yes.
Madivan family, they are involved in the army of the Uganda police force, which is involved in the sodomizing of men in Uganda.
Yes.
The Madivan family, they are involved in the smuggling of tear gas to Uganda, which is making our people their sight to go blind. The Madivan family are involved in the trafficking of human people to UK.
Yes.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. The
NUP.
Madivan family, I repeat again, they are
Yes.
involved in training the militias who are raping Ugandans on
Yes.
daily basis.
Yes.
The Madivan cartel in Uganda, they
Yes.
are involved in the drug trafficking.
Yes.
Madivan family in Uganda, they are involved in the suffering of millions of Ugandans under the name of Madivan aid. We don't want that aid from the Madivan family.
We don't need
People
it.
power.
Our power.
Our power.
People
The
power.
Madivan family now, she's the ambassador here.
Yes.
This is somebody who was not born in Uganda. He has got no connection to Uganda.
No.
But because they are the armed smugglers to Uganda, in payback, she's now the ambassador of the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda.
Yes.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People
We
power.
are here to expose her that she's involved in the illegal smuggling of immigrants to the UK.
Yes.
The Madivan family, who is the ambassador here, she's involved in the smuggling of illegal immigrants to the UK. People power.
Our power.
The interest of Ugandans in the UK and in Uganda. She represents personal interest as a family of Madivani. She represents personal people power as a family of Madivani. Our power.
Yes.
People power. MEP. Everywhere. Thank you.
Hello, Ugandan. Hello. Hello, this is the Ugandan community. People you see here are young and full of vigor to go. They are younger than the president, who is 3 times their age. That junta of Uganda, Museveni, has been in power for 40 years. Quote unquote, he said last week in 1962, he was in one of the parties. Do the summation. He's over 100 years and he still wants to rule Uganda. Margaret Thatcher was doing the Eurotunnel when that man was in power here. Margaret Thatcher is gone to the grave with her husband Bernard. The same dictator Museveni is still in power. What kind of leader is this? I reckon people on the street can't remember Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher, since she's gone, there are over 11 prime ministers who have come and left. Uganda still has one dictator, and that dictator is Yoweri Museveni. That dictator, I won't say a lot, I'm not going to mention things. He is trading body organs to India and everywhere. You might be standing here, you've got body parts from Uganda. That's what he calls development. In hospitals, we don't have even surgical gloves. Yet you give him over 1 billion to uplift and refurbish hospitals. He takes his children abroad for any medical, we call it medical tourism. He takes his children to Cambridge and all these higher institutions. That is education tourism. He's never improved schools. He's been in power for over 40 years. Have you ever seen students under a tree studying? That is Uganda. Students, pupils sit under a mango tree. And you call that education? The dictator in Uganda, his key password is corruption. He is so corrupt that all the £1 billion you've given for the last 40 years is all recycled back to UK. He is the richest dictator in Africa. He is £13 billion richer. And you still give that person more money. People live in council flats, all live in not good dwelling. I live in a 5-bedroom house, detached. I'm an engineer. I've worked in this country for 32 years. I live very good life. But the people who donate money to Uganda and misuse the taxpayers' money are hard-earned. That pains me. That money would have been put to good use here. This country, UK, trains the militias, the boots, and provides uniforms and guns that kill Ugandans. You train the people who kill Ugandans and still keep training them for 40 years. You give the dictator carpet after carpet. For the last 40 years, 11 prime ministers have shaken hands with the same dictator. Nobody asks, how come it's the same person? Dictator after prime minister after prime minister. It's the same people coming here and he shakes hands. You've never asked him, how come UK has changed 11 prime ministers? United States has changed 13 presidents. We still have one dictator. I don't think he's the brightest. I told you I'm an engineer. I'm well qualified to say I'm a bit better off than him. But this dictator has ruled Uganda and ruined Uganda to the extent that the roads that met carry traffic are designed for a 5-year return period. That's not what to do with roads. His health centers are worse than a dog kennel. They are worse off than a dog house. In Uganda, it's the only place where the army is well dressed and the police is well dressed. Yet the people move in rags. In Uganda, you can't imagine. The hospitals are a wreck. They're using everything. Even a simple thing like surgical gloves, you have to corrupt the medical doctors. There is nothing in Uganda. Even the vaccines for COVID all went to rubbish because they were not handled well. Just a blessing that people didn't die of COVID. Be warned, in Uganda, more people died of death from the dictator and murder than COVID. COVID never killed Ugandans. It's the dictator who killed more Ugandans than COVID. The dictator in Uganda still comes here, and he is got people who do all the lobbying. Bishop Sentamu is one person, a Ugandan, who does all the lobbying. Lord Popas, is one guy who does all the lobbying of the dictator. And that's the dictator. The dictator in Uganda has overstayed. We are not going to witness this. We will push him out of Uganda. We will get rid of him. NUP, everywhere, everywhere, NUP, Kunga Uganda, Kunga Chagulanyi, Kunga Uganda. The dictator in Uganda has worsened things. He gets to train his army in Sandhurst, the best college on the planet for the military. They learn the torture skills. The people you see here, what we are doing here, we are demonstrating because the people trained in Sandhurst come back and apply their skills, torture skills, and they have killed many of us using the same skills they have acquired from Sandhurst. Is this what we want, Ugandans? Is this what we want? No. So, we ask you one thing. We can't have a dictator for 4 years and have him rule over us. No good health system. And it's a monarchy in Uganda. The junta in Uganda is the president. His wife is the minister for sports. He can't even run a minister. The wife is a minister of education. She's not schooled. She even doesn't have a primary living certificate. The son is the minister of defense. And the son has never, he failed. I met him in 1992 at Nottingham University. And he was ready to go because he wasn't up to standard, up to scratch. And now these are the people ruling Uganda and making sure they ruin the economy. They have been so corrupt, it makes Nigeria not look corrupt. It makes India not look corrupt. Uganda is so corrupt that in the league of corruption, we are leading the table. Instead of leading the table in Olympics, we lead the table in corruption. That is Uganda. Uganda is so corrupt that the president moves with over 100 motorcade every day, which have to be serviced over $1 million every day. The Speaker of Uganda spends $380 every week. The Parliament of Uganda, 70 MPs, such a poor country. And to finish off the cabinet in Uganda is 90 ministers. We can pay a lot of money to keep these ministers and stand corruption. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. That is Engineer Thomas. He has called a day off from work today in order to be here to highlight the injustice, the human rights abuses, lack of democracy in Uganda. Women are being raped on daily basis in Uganda. Men are being sodomized in Uganda for wearing only red beret I'm wearing. We are talking about the worst brutal dictator in Uganda, Museveni. The junta of Uganda, Museveni. He is the worst brutal dictator in Africa as we stand here. 40 years in power. 40 years doesn't represent democracy. 40 years doesn't represent human rights. Uganda is the most corrupted country on earth as we stand today. Uganda receives £1 billion in aid every year. That money is recycled back to the UK, and the brutal dictator Museveni, the junta of Uganda, owns the most expensive houses in the UK. He owns number 2 Holland Park, that's Museveni's house. All his family, they own mansions in the UK. But Ugandans are being displaced in Uganda on their ancestors' land. We are calling on the junta from Uganda to stop the brutalities against Ugandans. Uganda is for Ugandans. And for those Ugandans who think Uganda is safe, tomorrow Uganda will not be safe for you. It can be safe for you today, but tomorrow Uganda will not be safe for you until your land has been taken over by the Kabano, until your land has been seized over by Museveni's henchmen. People power, our power. When we stand with the posters in our hands, these are real human beings. This is not science fiction. We are talking about Ugandans who have disappeared with no whereabouts for the last 5 years. But for the last 40 years, you can imagine how many Ugandans have been murdered by this brutal dictator. How many Ugandans have gone missing? Missing is another word in Uganda to say you are dead. Missing is another word to say you are dead. But we don't want to use the word dead, we say missing. We've got thousands and thousands of Ugandans who have gone missing for the last 40 years. £1 billion goes to Uganda in the name of aid. But that aid is being used to torture Ugandans. That money is being invested in the building of the death torture chambers where men and women are being raped. That money is being invested in the land grabbing of our ancestors' lands. We are calling on Uganda. It's only in Uganda where they build more prisons than schools. It's only in Uganda where they build more prisons than hospitals. All the money you send to Uganda go to the investment of building prisons. What will be behind that? Opposition is full up in the Ugandan prisons. That's why they are building more prisons than schools. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. We are calling on the UK government to stop the £1 billion to Uganda, because that £1 billion to Uganda is long staying the brutal dictator in power. That is the weapon he's using to suppress democracy in Uganda. That £1 billion is being used to silence the word of freedom and democracy in Uganda. The £1 billion to Uganda is not in the name of aid. You are aiding the brutal dictator to long stay in power and hold more havoc on Ugandans. Museveni must go. Museveni must go. The junta must go. Muhoozi must go. Muhoozi must go. Kanabo must go. We are Ugandans and we'll call on, we'll be here as long as it takes us to be here. We might be 20 in number, but we are representing 47 million suffering Ugandans today. Ugandans who can say a word in Uganda. Ugandans who can stand like we are standing here and express what we are going through. Wearing a red beret I'm wearing in Uganda is a crime. I don't know where these words are coming from, but the word I want to pass to you, Uganda is not safe for you. Don't visit Uganda. Uganda is not safe for you. If you speak French, I'll speak to you in French. Where are you coming from, Salim? Excuse me. Belgium. They speak French. Don't go to Uganda. Uganda is not safe under this brutal dictator. You are going to be the next candidate of death. You'll be the next candidate of death in Uganda. We are the victim of the brutal dictator. We are here because of the brutal dictator. We left Uganda. We ran away from our beloved Uganda to come to the UK, and we are thankful that the UK have taken us in as their kids. Otherwise, we've lost parents in Uganda. We've lost our family members in Uganda under this brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. People power, our power, LUP, everywhere. Thank you. Kakokat. Kakwate. Edobozi kiraba. Anti ekyana kyange kifeesi we kiri. Kirina okulaba nti nkola nnyo. Kiraba. Kati ono nti ayagala nkoko. Mugambe nja kumuwa mbuzi. Ye njovu. Okitegedde. Okiraba. Ye yampa. Nzagaba. Ako Museveni kamuyitamu. Nza Kabaka agamba nti nze agabudde. Kyokka Museveni abagamba muze agabudde. Tulekangako bino. Namugambye awemula. Namugamba awemula nnyo. Mpijja kwemula. People power. Our power. Yeah. Uganda, we are at a junction. I think this is the time to notice what has been history telling us. Churchill came to Uganda, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, 1907. He found no Ugandan willing to come over to the UK. After a century, we have so many Ugandans here. The words he used, he found the land where everyone was comfortable. Our grandparents were staying in Uganda, comfortable, loving their country. No one ever imagined that his words praising Uganda, to call it the Pearl of Africa, most of us will end up in the United Kingdom. I think if we are to revisit his words, Ugandans, we have work to do. Given the 40 years UK government has been funding Uganda government with a lot of money to facilitate the killings left and right, to facilitate sodomizing men in Uganda, to facilitate corruption, to facilitate raping women. Those 40 years can ably depict what has been done since 1907. It's on us today, the Uganda, to restore Uganda to that state what made Churchill, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, call it a Pearl of Africa. Currently, we don't have a Pearl of Africa where there is crime, where people are disappearing, where the young ones, their organs are being harvested and sold to India, Pakistan, the US. It's upon us, Ugandans, to restore the dignity without looking at what divides us. Let us look at our country and look at what can unite us. And together, let us build to make Ugandans cry. Our brothers have been lost. Our sisters have been raped and killed. Our parents are crying. But why should they cry? We have the power in our hands.
Parents are crying.
The earlier we use it,
Husbands
the
are
earlier we
crying.
act.
Wives
And act
are
together.
crying.
Because no one is safe.
No one.
Whether you are within which party, you are not safe. This is the time.
Yes.
Ugandans, we stand together.
Yes.
And say it is upon us.
Yes.
To say there is no one Ugandan who is going to be murdered on this land.
Yeah.
And we say no one is going to rape any woman on this land.
It's the way to stand up.
And we say no one is going to lose his future on this land. But if we leave this land to the mercy of Americans, to the mercy of the United Kingdom, to the mercy of the European Union, we are finished. They are not going to help anyone, apart from sending these fake dollars and they rip the country apart.
And sending weapons.
They are sending weapons, they are sending poison, they are importing organs from our brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Our lives, our brothers' lives, our sisters' lives are at stake. It's time, Ugandans, we come together. Not to say so and go and I wait for my time. We better fight for each and everyone Ugandan and to restore the dignity of Ugandans.
Yes.
Until we do it together, we have no country called Uganda. Sometime, if we don't act on our dreams, someone somewhere will take us to be another Palestine. We don't want it in Uganda. God bless Uganda. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Thank you for that great speech, Everest. Now it's time for a break off from politics. And let us listen now. The words of freedom. The songs of freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow. We'll never give up our country, Uganda.
Copyright tetujirire kuba obuyiiba.